Okay, Tirdil, I think, is the YouTube channel name. That's the name you've given me. Now, typically speaking, yes, you have to give me a proper question, because my job here is to answer questions. And I can't answer a question if you haven't given me a question to answer now, can I? But because it was on the run-up to Christmas, and because you asked so nicely, I will give you that general reading. I don't want to have to do these. I seriously want to move away from general readings on this particular show, okay? But never mind, here we go. We'll do a Celtic cross. It's always nice for the variety, shall we? Right, okay. Remember, anybody out there, if you want to appear or have your inquiry appearing in the tarot show, send me an email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, and I'll be able to add you to the rota and so on and so forth. There are some types of questions I don't feel comfortable doing, but a lot of them I do feel comfortable doing, so do feel free to ask away. And if I can't do it, I just won't, basically. Right, but for you, your energy is rather intriguing. I'll very quickly show you the cards. Right, Celtic cross spread, traditional style, here we go. Signs for your character in the here and now. Your inner character, looking rather negative. I'd say you're dwelling upon something dark and something a bit spooky. There's a sense of something negative inside you, and also a desire to try and find out about something negative, but I think that's actually wrong. You have a chaotic nature about you as well. You like to get pleasure from something of randomness, okay? There's this feeling of wanting to just see what happens and go out there, very experimental, but also very driven by fun and recreation. I think that those are aspects of your character which, although they may have held you in good stead in the past, won't necessarily hold you in good stead in the future, and as a result of that you may want to deal with some of those attitudes and start bringing yourself into a little bit more in the way of stability and clarity with the passage of time, okay? Now, consciously speaking and subconsciously speaking, what have we got there, okay? The conscious mind signs there are talking about lust, desire, a particular goal. What is it that you want more than anything else in the world? And is it actually obtainable by the means which you are thinking about right now? I think this is something you've got to bear in mind. Okay. What else have we got here? Bit of a sense of, on the subconscious mind side of things, awareness that you may want to get what you want, but you may have to explain yourself in a manner which is not direct to try and get closer to the truth. But my feeling is, whatever this one particular goal is you're trying to strive for, you won't necessarily get it, because I think you've misunderstood the methodologies of how the whole system works. Now, I'm not saying this because I want to be like really, really depressing. I'm saying this because I want to give you a reality check. Okay? There's things you want to achieve, but I'm not sure whether you're going about the right method to try and achieve them. And I think you just got to ask yourself, are you actually going through the right method to try and get there? Never mind. Okay, reflection upon the past, very studying, very contemplation orientated. We're coming through very strongly with the Hermit card. Okay, I love the graphics on that card actually. But that shows you're an intelligent individual. You're driven away from things which have been troubling you in the past, but also you're trying to keep your wisdom close to your chest. And I think that's actually quite a positive thing. It's often said in magic you should dare, you should know, you should have willpower, and you should keep silence. I think you're keeping the silence quite nicely, but maybe you need to carry on keeping silence about some things as well. Okay, just bear that in mind too. Anticipation of the future, you're anticipating stability, that's pretty good. It's quite a bright sunny sign despite the fact that it is an earth-orientated sign. But there's also a romantic component to that as well. So essentially that is rather optimistic if you think about it in the grand scheme of things. So it's not necessarily something to feel upset about, it's something to feel very positive about, with a sense of good stuff there for you. Progression, short-term, mid-term, long-term, future. It's not going to be quite as stable and relaxed as you think it is. Short-term future is talking about moving into a new era, okay, which is often positive. In this particular case, yeah, you're going to have some challenges on the way, so don't worry about that, but be aware that there could be some positives to those challenges too. but very slow progress. Putting in a lot of effort and not quite getting there, okay? Or maybe even putting in too much effort and then losing willpower because you're not getting the results. Again, I think that ties in with the message we have back up there. Because that message was that of lust or desire for a particular goal, but were you actually going to be able to achieve it? So maybe you need to reappraise within the next 3 months what you actually want to achieve and how to go about it. Okay? Unexpectedly, good things are happening for you romantically. That's not too bad. Aspects of your career will work out very well long term, not short term. So talking about the end of 2012. Okay? That's when excellent things are going to be there for you. On the run up to that, a change of attitude, some altered attitudes, and general progression and growth, I think, is in order.